The world's buzzing about electric vehicles or EVs. From the United States to China, big names like Elon Musk's Tesla and China's BYD are all in on electric cars. But guess what? Japan's Mazda is cooking up something totally unexpected, and it's got everyone talking. While the whole auto industry is racing to launch more EVs, Mazda's been working in secret and they're about to drop a bombshell. Word on the street is that Mazda's engineers are crafting a game-changing hybrid engine. Yep, a hybrid, not a full EV, that could shake up the entire industry and make even the biggest EV companies rethink their plans. Mazda's CEO recently made a bold declaration. The company's forthcoming engine is poised to disrupt the entire electric vehicle industry. This announcement has sent ripples through the automotive world. The car industry is buzzing with excitement, and something big is coming. But before we dive into this game-changing tech, let's rewind and see how Mazda got here. Picture a small factory in Hiroshima, Japan, back in 1920. It wasn't building cars, it was making cork for bottles and insulation. That's where Mazda's story starts as Toyo Cork Kogyo, founded by Jujiro Matsuda. He was a big dreamer with a knack for fixing problems, and his little company was about to go on an incredible journey from cork to cars. Jujiro wasn't happy just making cork. By the late 1920s, he wanted more. The world was speeding up, machines were everywhere, and people wanted to move fast. So in 1927, his company ditched cork from its name, becoming Toyo Kogyo, and started playing with machinery. Then in 1931, they made a bold move. Picture this, a quirky three-wheeled vehicle called the Mazda Go, part motorcycle, part truck, zooming through Hiroshima's streets. Why Mazda? It's a nod to Ahura Mazda, an ancient Persian god of light and wisdom, and it sounds a bit like Jiro's last name. That name carried a spark of big dreams, to light up the world with smart, practical machines. The Mazda Go was a game-changer, a zippy three-wheeler that small businesses loved for its cheap and reliable transport. But the 1930s and 40s were rough. World War II rocked Hiroshima, and when the atomic bomb hit in 1945, Mazda's factory turned into a makeshift hospital. Still, Mazda's spirit stayed strong. By the end of that year, they were back at it, building trucks to help rebuild their city. That never-give-up attitude became a core part of who Mazda is, tough as nails, no matter what. By the 1950s, Mazda was ready to aim higher. They started making small four-wheel trucks, but the real magic happened in 1960 with the R360 Coupe, their first passenger car. It was adorable, compact, and didn't break the bank, perfect for Japan's growing car craze. Then in 1967, Mazda went bold with the Cosmo Sport 110S, powered by a Wankel rotary engine. Unlike regular engines that chug, this one spun smoothly like a toy top. It was a risky move, but it showed the world Mazda wasn't afraid to stand out. That rotary engine became Mazda's signature. In 1970, they zoomed into America with the R100 Coupe, and drivers loved its lively vibe. By 1978, the RX-7 sports car won hearts with its cool design and rotary-powered buzz. But the 1970s weren't all smooth sailing. The oil crisis hit, and gas-hungry rotaries lost some fans. Money got tight too, until Ford stepped in during 1979, giving Mazda the cash and support to keep going. The 1980s brought a fresh start. In 1984, Toyo Kogyo officially became Mazda Motor Corporation, tying the brand and company together. Then in 1989, they unleashed the MX-5 Miata, a little roadster that was all about fun. Affordable, light, and built to make you smile, it became the world's top-selling two-seat sports car. In 1991, Mazda hit the jackpot when their 787B race car won the 24 Hours of Le Mans, making them the first Japanese carmaker to win that trophy. But the 90s weren't so good. Japan's economy tanked, and Mazda fell into trouble. Ford came in with more help to keep them afloat. With new leadership, Mazda tightened its belt, put its energy into building cars that were fun to drive, and struggled to find success. By the 2000s, Mazda was back in action. Their Zoom Zoom slogan voiced their passion for driving fun, and cars like the Mazda 3 and Mazda 6 won hearts everywhere. In 2008, Ford sold off most of its stake and Mazda stood on its own, stronger than ever. They worked on new ideas with Skyactiv technology in 2010, creating engines and cars that were lighter, better for the planet, and still thrilling to drive. Their Kodo design, called the Soul of Motion, gave cars like the CX-5 a sleek, almost lifelike look that caught people's attention. Now, Mazda is a big name around the world, building more than 1.5 million vehicles each year in factories from Japan to Mexico. They've never forgotten their Hiroshima roots, a place that taught them to overcome tough times. From the quirky Mazda Go to the electric MX-30, Mazda's story is one of heart, creating cars that not only take you places but make the ride feel special. And let's not forget cost. Hybrids are often cheaper up front than electric vehicles, and with better fuel economy you're saving money at the pump too. Now don't get me wrong, electric vehicles have their strengths. They produce zero tailpipe emissions, which sounds amazing for the environment. Big companies love to tout them as the ultimate green solution. But electric vehicles come with some real challenges that make hybrids a smarter choice for many people. For starters, charging an electric vehicle can be a hassle. If you don't have a charger at home, you're at the mercy of public stations, which aren't always easy to find, especially outside big cities. And charging takes time, sometimes hours, unlike filling up a gas tank in minutes. Then, there's the battery issue. EV batteries are expensive to replace and their production can be tough on the environment, requiring mining for materials like lithium and cobalt. This process often leaves a bigger carbon footprint than building a hybrid or even a regular car. Plus, EVs can be pricier up front, making them out of reach for many budgets. And if you live in a cold climate, batteries lose efficiency in freezing temperatures, shrinking your driving range when you need it most. Another big concern is range anxiety. EVs typically go 200 to 300 miles on a charge, but real-world conditions, like heavy traffic or blasting the AC, can drain that fast. Hybrids, on the other hand, give you the best of both worlds, electric power for short trips and gas for longer ones, so you're never sweating an empty battery. So why are hybrid engines a game changer? They strike a perfect balance, cutting fuel use, slashing emissions, and keeping things affordable and convenient. They don't demand a whole new infrastructure like EVs do, and they fit into our lives without forcing us to change our habits overnight. While electric vehicles have their place, their drawbacks, charging woes, high costs, and environmental trade-offs, mean they're not the one-size-fits-all solution some claim. Hybrids are like the friendly neighbor who's always there to help, reliable, practical, and ready to make the world a better place, one efficient mile at a time. Why Mazda's betting on hybrid engines for the future? Mazda's big plan to embrace hybrid engines, you might be wondering, why hybrids? Why now? Mazda's always been a bit of a maverick in the car industry. They're the folks who brought us the iconic MX-5 Miata, a sports car that's all about pure driving joy, and they've never been afraid to do things their own way. So when they say they're doubling down on hybrid engines, it's not just following a trend, it's a carefully thought-out move that reflects who they are and where they see the world heading. First off, Mazda's hybrid push is all about understanding what drivers need right now. The world's changing fast, gas prices are up one day, down the next, and everyone's talking about climate change. Electric vehicles, EVs, are super cool, but let's be real. Not everyone's ready to go full electric. Maybe you don't have a charger at home or you love road trips and worry about finding charging stations in the middle of nowhere. Mazda gets that. Hybrids are like the perfect middle ground. And there you have it. Hybrid engines aren't just a temporary fix, they're a smart, balanced solution for today's drivers. While EVs may be the future, hybrids are the bridge that gets us there. Cleaner, more efficient, and more practical for everyday life. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the future of driving and automotive innovation. See you in the next one.